our administration maintains a firm opposition to settlement expansion.
Well, to discuss all of that further, I'm joined in the studio now by Shehata from the BBC's Arabic service. Welcome to the studio, Saeed. First of all, let's talk about this latest round of talks in Paris. What are the thoughts on a possible breakthrough?
It's a very difficult negotiation, and because the gap between the two sides huge. Even Ismail Haniyeh, the head of the political bureau of Hamas, was in Egypt in order to reach a middle way, because Hamas wants, at the end of releasing the hostages, the withdrawal of Israeli troops from the whole of Gaza. On the other side, Israel many times vowed to stay and especially if you look at the Mr. Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, plan for Gaza after war will be like security control, demilitarized zone, will be buffer zone between Gaza and Israel to avoid any attacks like what happened in 7th of October. So it's a huge gap between them. But there is pressure from the states, from the humanitarian situation in Gaza, from even Mr. Biden, because the election, the Americans, the Arab and the Muslim American and Arab Americans, they are put pressure on Mr. Biden because they see him like as not supporting the ceasefire and this like against him the election. So there is urgency on Israel from the strongest ally of it, the United States, in order to reach a deal, especially before 10th of March, the Ramadan months, which will be horrific if there is attacks carried on in this month, because it will make a rage and demonstration in the Muslim and Arab countries against that. So there is urgency, there is pressure. So the hope is they find a middle way for a temporary truce to reach a deal.
OK, and on that, you talk about pressure from the US. We played a clip there from the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken. The US have criticised Israel's reported plan to expand settlements in the West Bank. What's the reaction been to that?
The reaction is from the Palestinian Foreign Ministry. They put in the social media condemning the step because it will undermine any chance for a two-state solution, which is the end for in many Arab countries plan and the American plans, and most of the countries you fund a two-state solution to achieve peace. The American also, they express their this step will be counterproductive for a security of Israel, for a peace, lasting peace in the area. So settlement will make a problem, because if you look at the West Bank, it's divided. To think about independent state with more settlement will be a problem. And the American imposed sanction on 4 men who were involved in settler violence in the West Bank. So it's problematic, and the American putting pressure on Israel to do that, but still Mr. Netanyahu is going on that with the support of the right-wing part of the government, especially the Minister of Finance and the Minister of National Security in Israel.
OK, Saeed Shehata, thank you very much for bringing us up to date on that. And of course, we will